How y'all doing? I'm gonna keep this one short and brief, man. I know I was I was on one last episode, and I do not apologize for it. But I was gathering my thoughts a few minutes ago, and I said I do need to take a second to talk to y'all. For starters, I feel like it's almost unfortunate that people that want to breathe life into other people and people that want to always like try to help and serve and better other people run into people that constantly leech. Like I just feel bad for that. Like I'm not apologizing for nothing I said last episode. What I will say is that all women aren't the same. I just so happen to be attracting the ones that I shouldn't have sought out for, if that makes any sense. And I won't even limit this episode to just women, because I want to say on episode 90 that the reason I even started doing this podcast, right, was because I broke up with the girl of my dreams, right? Well, I ain't break up with her, she broke up with me, you know what I'm saying? And she had a lot of valid reasons to break up with me. And one very valid reason was she didn't like my choice of friends. She said, them people that's around you right now, not none of your old school friends, but that circle of, or that group of friends you got around you right now is no good for you. She called out the dude I was hanging around the most. She called out a female who I considered my very best friend. She called out an acquaintance of mine who ended up being one of my exes. And she called out them three specifically. And she was like, man, you don't need to be around them. And I remember like giving her so much pushback, like, I can't be around you, so I'm gonna be around them. You know what I mean? Like we had that argument. We've had that argument a lot. Like, so she really warned me about three people who I really considered very close to me. I'm like, and in my mind, I say, it's no way she's right about all three. She might be right about one. If she's right about two, then all right. But it's no way that God is going to show me that she was right about all three people. And here I am without all three of those people. And so it makes me really question, like, who am I to attract those type of people? And what do I need to do to make sure I never attract those type of people again? Or if I run into those type of people in the future, just to nip things right in the bud. Put the foot down early, set the boundaries early, so regardless of how they feel, it's no sweat off my brow. Like, she really, like, I wish y'all understood. Because I wish I understood, because she said, man, you're around the wrong people, dog. You're around the wrong people. And I'm like, well, it ain't like I could be around you every day. So I'm around who I'm around. Like, my friends are my friends. Like, I felt like, you ever have like an elder, not even necessarily a parent. It could be a teacher. It could be like an aunt. It could be like, just an elder person tell you something like, you gotta watch them people, da 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 da. And then you're like, man, whatever. And then later on down the line, like, it happens. And they didn't tell you gotta watch them people for like their own selfish reasons. They were genuinely just trying to look out for you. Like, it is scary. It's scary to think that I really went on about life thinking like some of these people had my best interests at heart. When meanwhile, the dude I considered my best friend was hating on me the whole time. Like, hating on me the whole time. Like, imagine you cool with somebody and you think y'all cool, locked in. And then the second things ain't going their way, they immediately start hating on you. Like, that's crazy that you could be genuinely supportive and like will give the shirt off your back, the roof off your head. Man, I quit my job. I gave my job to this dude. I had a job I was working. I wasn't the best at the job, but I was getting there. I was getting proficient at the job. He lost his job. And I went to the owner of the job. And I said, this is what we about to do. I'm about to quit this job and I'm about to get him this job. And the owner looked at me crazy. But I said, look, I'm in a position as to where my bills aren't as high as his bills. And I just want to do the right thing. When I explained that to my ex, she lost it. Why the hell would you give him your job? Who are you to want to give him your job? And then I explained it the same way I explained it to her, the same way I explained it to the owner of the company. I'm like, yo, my bills are this amount. His bills is this amount. I feel like if I give him the assist, then I'm doing the right thing. And like, she looked at me like I was insane. Like the signs were there that he was a fuck nigga. I ain't gonna lie. But you try to like work with people because you feel like I told y'all in the episode back in the day. I don't know how many episodes ago. Whatever episode is the what's your superpower and is your superpower a hindrance. I remember that completely. And I remember saying something along the lines of my superpower is seeing the best in everybody, even when those people aren't showing up as their best self. And unfortunately, that has been what has transpired with me more recently. The person I had to cut off this past weekend, we've been locked in since a lot of y'all wasn't even born. I know I got some young listeners, so we've been locked in since. All right. Let's not go how long we've been locked in. I've known her since 2001. You feel me? I've known her since 2001. We in 2024. So the negativeness and the pettiness that I was displaying on my last episode is really years of buildup, dog. Like, I'm not just shooting from the hip to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm not just shooting on the hip to be mean and be, I can't think of the word, but I want to say the word's vindictive, but maybe that's not the word. I don't know right now because I'm just trying to wrap the hour real quick before I get ready to go to work. But I really it's funny how so I saw the signs with her too years ago. Saw the signs with her too, but people come back in your life, appearing to be a better version of themselves when they really just ain't shit. Point blank, period. People just ain't shit. Like, we ain't gonna, you know what I'm saying? Like, and what will happen is you stick around somebody that ain't shit long enough, that ain't shit rub off on you. You feel me? Also, another factor is if you, you're only as good as the people around. Hold on. You're really only as good as the people around you. So if you surround yourself with a certain caliber of people, then you really can't see the vision in front of you. Or, you know what I mean? Because God could have a real good vision for you, but you can't see it because you're around people that is doing everything to block your vision. And they disguise it. Like, oh, come turn up with me. Well, maybe not turn up. But hey, man, let's go out. Or what's up with the drinks? Or what's up with the weed? Or you popping something tonight? Or what's up with going to the club? Or what's up with this or with that? Like, people will distract you with entertainment. You know what I'm saying? Like, they'll try to distract you with entertainment. And by way of entertaining you, believe it or not, they bringing you down. Like, life is so crazy in the aspect of that. If you surround yourself with people like that, then you'll never get anything accomplished. Like, man, my real core group of friends, for the most part, all of them are doing well. The only one that isn't doing exactly the best is, I can blame a lot of that on, I know, right? I say is, but I can blame a lot of the reason why one of my friends isn't doing the best on their location. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like if they were in a more metropolitan area, then they will be somewhere flourishing. You feel me? But unfortunately, that's not necessarily the case. Know what I'm saying? But one of my friends, damn near a foreman. Another one of my friends has a extremely stable job. Another one of my friends also has I want to say a $80,000 a year job or something like that, 70,000, some crazy amount a year job. Another one of my friends has been locked in for so long that I've seen him evolve. He brought me out to the West Coast to live with him to see like by way of action. He ain't do it on no, he just wanted me to see how he's living now for real. Like, you ain't gotta be perfect, but if you walking towards a better purpose, life can reward you in ways you won't expect. That was his mentality. So, like, my core group of like 5-6 friends, like my real core group, like my neighborhood friends, sandbox damn near, sandbox for real. You know what I'm saying? Like, we go back almost 30 years type. Like, that core group of friends, all of them are doing well. Like I said, with the exception of one, because he lives too far away from like a metro area to flourish the way he should. But all of my other friends, bro, like we are all on some moving in a positive direction type deal. I wasn't always moving in a positive direction. I wasn't always moving in a positive direction. You feel me? So now that I'm like in a momentum to where things are getting positive, you start seeing that everybody can't go with you. You feel me? And you want to hold on to your friendships that you've had. You want to cultivate or see the best in other people that you brought along the way. But if they constantly show you that not only are they unappreciative, but they don't understand what progression in life consists of, then, what can you do at that point? What is your play at that point? So I say all this to say, I wish my ex wasn't right about all three of those people. Honestly, actually, and it was more than three people. It might have been maybe 5 people I talked to her about. She said all 5 of them people ain't good for you. And lo and behold, all 5 of them people are out of my life. And it is crazy to me how she could get it 100% right. So nobody was good enough to prove her wrong. Not a single one of them was good enough to prove her wrong. And now I completely understand why she left me. Like, think about that. Like, we get told what we should and what we shouldn't do all the time. Whether we follow that direction or not is on us, but there is always consequences. There's always a reaction to those actions. My last podcast was a total reactionary podcast. I was reacting to the fact that, I didn't treat the girl of my dreams necessarily right, but I tried to make it right in 2 other situations after that. And flat on my face. Nothing to show for it. Punishment for a good deed. Like, all right, I gotta hurry up and wrap this up. But all I'm saying to y'all is, if y'all listening to me, please learn from me. Learn from my mistakes so you don't have to make similar mistakes. Like, for real. Like, if somebody who, like, and it's wild because you could think the person that, how I want to word it, you could think like somebody that genuinely loves you is hating on you by telling you that you need to watch the company you keep. So those lines could get blurred, but at the same time, once time reveals itself, it's like, wow. And I really didn't take the time to listen to the person who perhaps cared about me the most. due to a lot of factors. Maybe the tone she said it in wasn't right. Maybe the nature in which she said it didn't fit what was going on. Like, and I should have just looked at it with a different lens, because I'm not saying I would have saved my relationship. Something like I have plenty of red flags. Let's not act. I'm like I told y'all, I will never get on here and act like I'm perfect. I have red flags, a bunch of them. I got skeletons in my closet, a bunch of them. Like, I don't ever operate out of a stance of perfection or anything close to it. I don't even set a goal for perfection. I just set up a goal for success. So I say all that to say, I really wish she wasn't right. I really wish she wasn't right. Because I believed in these people. I believed in Homeboy. I believed in everything he did. I believed in Homegirl, who we were supposed to be a multimedia corporation. I believed in her. I enjoyed the fact that I thought that she was really about to make moves in the audio content space-wise. And then you see the work ethic once you get around the person, it shifted. I really don't understand how we were able to come up with almost 100 episodes of a podcast, like via satellite. Like, I'm on one side of the world, she on, she might be 3 hours away. It's crazy how we was able to put together so many episodes when we were away from each other. Yet when we got right next to each other, it was every excuse in the world why she didn't want to do it. And so I thought, well, I didn't want to do it. You feel me? Like, that's a disappointment, because it's like, bro, we supposed to be setting this thing up to where we are going full steam ahead. Nah. People are she got more concerned than how things looked as opposed to like the actual product. In my opinion, I don't care what a podcast set looks like. If we are pushing out audio information, if we can push audio dope, then that should be the driving force. Audio dope. It shouldn't be all in the visuals need to match. We could have worked on the visuals down the line. People get so caught up in the aesthetic that they forget about the substance. They forget about the depth. They forget about what you can learn from just listening. Like, audiobooks aren't popular or something. But I digress. And I've been at my frustration in full blast on the last episode about the 20-year best friend. Nothing ass junk. And to be honest, that podcast girl, nothing ass junk too. And Homeboy, a nothing ass junk. Oh well, it is what it is. If any of them got a problem with anything I've said, my number has not changed. Y'all change y'all numbers because y'all fake. Y'all change y'all numbers because y'all don't know how to deal with reality. Y'all want to fake reinvent yourself. Y'all so concerned about the look instead of the substance. But I'm going to tell you one thing that's always been told to me. It's not on you, it's in you. It is not on you, it is in you. That light, that beams, that where people really will truly gravitate to you, that's not on you, that's in you. And on that note, y'all, this has been another lovely episode. I just wish my ex wasn't right. And I told her that this morning. So, you know what I'm saying? I ain't just speaking to y'all, to the black screen or to my thousands and thousands of listeners. I would hope thousands of listeners. Hey, I got thousands of plays. So let's just hope I got some thousands of listeners. But anyway, this has been another lovely episode of It's Okay Not to Be Okay. Oh, okay not to be okay. Okay not to be okay. Okay not to be okay. I appreciate each and every one of y'all that ever takes the time to just listen to any portion of this. I say it all the time. I wish I could be this super evolved version of myself, but I'm just not there yet. And I'm working towards it. And I'm very closer to being okay than not okay. So I want to thank you all for listening to 90 episodes of this, because I know I went in circles a whole bunch of times in these 90 episodes. And I probably got 9 more episodes to go in some more circles. But I ain't done by a long shot. Like I ain't done by a long shot. And I used to promise a better product, but I'm not making any more promises. What I will say is y'all will hear from me again and again and again and again and again. And with that being said, this has been another lovely, amazing, tremendous, very special, very soothing episode of It's Okay Not to Be Okay. Thank y'all so much. I appreciate each and every one of you.